Okay, we had come into this mine quite a while back, and we had gone through an access point to look for another slope mine, and this is the way you've got to get to it. It was a parallel slope mine, so we decided to come back because we were on severe time limitations when we came in here. So we got to see maybe less than 10%, if that. So we're going to put a more concerted effort in today to see, we've got the underground maps to this, so we're going to see what else is in there, because we don't think anybody has been in this section, the lower sections, in probably many decades, if not longer. So, all right. Okay. Coming back in to this section. You can see there's lots of timber supports, hoist cable, stacked rock walls. This is where they had minecart rails. Very unusual to see a hoist cable in here this size. So you've got support pillars right here. And that was actually a breakthrough up into another work section. But these are massive support pillars right here. So, okay, this just climbed up here just to take a quick look.
See anything up there?
No, I just wanted to take a quick look up here.
All right. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I was in, if I had gone up a lot of those.
But the slope's right on the other side.
Yeah.
So.
Yes,
Okay.
This was operated by the Oregon company.
All right, so follow Mr. Josh, Mr. Box over the side there. Okay, had to get some proper footing just coming down here because of the moisture. Everything is real slick, so unless you got some GoPro mounted to your head, but we did see this. It was an incredibly stacked rock wall, and and you see those work headers disappear off into the darkness. But we're going to follow this down a couple of passageways, try to work our way over to the right. But some really nice stacked rock walls built by the miners 125 years ago. So, all right. Okay, we got down to this section right here, and this was unique. This was like almost like a tunnel. Going down to this lower level right there. Pretty neat. See if I can drop down here. Okay, here's the, it's like a little tunnel. You can see the drill marks right there. And they were actually, I'm not sure if they were drilling down or drilling up. It almost looks like they were drilling up. But it'd be interesting if they were drilling up. But anyway, kind of difficult to get your footing here. So try to film this when I pass all this debris. It's pretty slimy. Okay, Mr. Box has gone down and to the right to access another section of mine. I told him I'd be behind him in about 5 minutes. Sometimes you come in these mines after hiking a long distance, with as hot as it is outside, you can come into a mine and it'll be really cool, but your body is so hot that you're just sweating so much that you just really need to sit down for about 10-15 minutes and basically climatize and just cool your body down. And but that is the tunnel right there that we came down through. You can see it's a pretty steep angle right there. Very unique seeing one of those. But anyway, got some more of the stacked rock walls there, but right down there in the darkness and to the right is where Mr. Box has gone. So we'll be joining up with him in just a minute. Okay, just came over that section right there and following Mr. Box, and these are stacked rock walls right here. So underneath right here would have been minecart rails. So you can see where there's more of them. Timber support remains. Okay, you can see where that's intact right there. So piece of wood still standing, probably 125, 130 years old minimum. So, all right, film a little bit more. We get around to the other side there. Okay, had to terminate the filming to literally crawl to get to this other section. And that's actually looking down Mr. Box's, the advance party, and he has reported that there are several minecart frames right around the corner there. But you can see this is a very well worked out stope right here. I mean, it's huge. I mean, floor to the ceiling's got to be a good 60 feet. It's just hard to, can't really kind of substitute or say for that when it's on video, because it just doesn't look the same. So anyway, we'll make our way down there, go through that tunnel, and there's some mine carts, Mr. Box says. So, okay, so drop down in here. Pretty tremendous size area right here. You can see this is where they had the minecart rails right here, the cross ties. And this whole area I mean, this whole area is just, it's just tremendous. How big it is, how much they worked out. So, and Mr. Box around the corner, I think that's where the mine carts are. You can see how big this is. Just pretty incredible. So that's the remains of a stacked rock wall, and this is where they had the minecart rails right there. So, all right, we'll head over here to see Mr. Box. Okay, took a little break there, So this is a huge hollowed out section. And what Mr. Boggs found is the remains of a big mine cart right there. And that's a kind of an oil tin or something right there. It's actually intact. Been back here for who knows how long. Right there. And yeah. Remains of the minecart frame is right here. Yeah, it's in pieces. And these were big minecarts right here. So anyway, get to see, sometimes you'll see a minecart frame, they'll be crushed, but this one's intact. Probably the wood just rotted off of it because these had wooden frames. You can see by the bolts. These were wooden with the iron frame. So anyway, we're going to drop down over here in just a second. And there's sections of rail everywhere. You can see all the collapsed wooden timber supports. Section of rail right there. So you can see where they were working this big section. So right here is where they had minecart rails. They have minecart rails coming around the corner, and they probably had a connector joined up and went straight out over to here. And it could have had a self-acting tipple, which could have made sense. So anyway, we'll go check out some other sections. Okay, way up there is where I was just a few minutes ago. Had to get creative, had to break out a rope, tie it off, rope it around a section of rail, lower myself down to it. And then we're inside another gigantic work passageway. And Mr. Boggs has dropped down to a different level, one below me there. But you can see back in the day, these were twin minecart tracks, so they had two sections of rails here, and there's a part of a broken minecart wheel right there. Those were pretty common. It's kind of hard to imagine those would break, but they actually did. Sometimes you'll just come across them and you'll see that one broke pretty hard. And there's a other can that actually looks like it was a grease can, just like the one up above. It looks like you can almost see grease in it right there. Wow, wouldn't be surprised. But anyway, that's really old. So anyway, you see that'll head off into that direction there. So anyway, Mr. Boggs, he's headed down to that lower level down there, and I'll join him in just a minute. So. I have no idea what that is. That is a pipe coming out of the wall there. Oh, that is one long drill rod. That's what that is. It just got warped. They just left it in there. That's actually a drill rod. Yeah, that's probably the longest one I've ever seen. Wow. So, you can see there's a small underground awkward coming out right there. And that's the remains of a wooden barrel right there. You can see by the rings are the only thing that's left right there. This is remains of another wooden barrel. You can see it had the top right there. It's just caved in. That's a first to see that. So interesting. So anyway, we'll check this out a little bit, and then we're going to double back. And now you can see all that. Those are actually collapsed wooden timber supports that were probably right here. The minecart rails were here and here. So you can see the incredible size of this work header. That's a good 40 feet up. And this is a good, easily a good 40 feet wide. This workroom right here. So you could throw a football in here, no problem.
At least,
yeah,
just in case.
Yeah, I did. Yes, Mr. Boggs, he's coming on up, man. He went down and checked out these two other areas, and they're sealed up on both ends. So we're gonna try to make our way back out this way. If not, we'll just go back up. You know, where we came down from and go back out that way. So anyway, this is just an incredibly huge section, bigger than we thought, of this old mine. So
I got a present for you at least.
I hear you.
Been in here a long time.
That's Mr. Boggs. He's going to take a well-deserved break. And he actually was able to find these on the lower levels. That is actually very small, but that's a mule shoe, and that is a rail spike right there. So that's a good find. He actually brought those up as a present for me. So just let you know, they were using mules and horses in here, which is, they definitely had the headroom for it, that's for sure. So we're just going to take a little break here before we start heading on back out. Okay, we had to use both hands. Had to negotiate that long haulage way, and had to work over some rock piles and make it back down here on the other side. And what we're going to do is come out on the lower end of this mine, and you can see where they had this blocked up by wood at one time. So, and that'll lead out to another access slope that we can get out and go ahead and get on up out of here. Well, a lot of it was caved in, sealed off, but the parts we did see were just incredibly huge, a lot bigger than we thought. We really didn't think the old slope mine would really go anywhere. So, but anyway, it's good. Good little side trip. We've been wanting to come back in here and see the rest of this for a while, so we have seen it, and there's really no reason to come back again. So, but very historic mine here. All right, this mine goes back to the early 1890s. So, okay.